Dolphins Journal.
Welcome back to T.O.P.S. It's time for me to give you the latest off-the-field news, and we're going to start, of course, I am contractually obligated. The show is here in New York. I have to talk about the New York Jets. The Jets fired general manager Joe Douglas after 6 winless seasons. Now, he was in the final year of his deal. He was not going to be brought back next season. And on Tuesday, Woody Johnson, again, made an in-season firing. He said, why wait? Now, the Jets will be looking for a new head coach, a new GM, and yes, a new quarterback in 2025. Here's how the coach and GM searches are going to go. They're going to run parallel to one another. The Jets, well, they're going to try to get a jump on it by hiring an advisor or two to consult with them. They're going to interview some candidates who are currently jobless. No, they are not going to interview Bill Belichick, okay? I don't have to source that. They're not going to interview Bill Belichick. But they'll likely want someone with some experience, someone who can deal with ownership and who will be able to turn the page on this chapter of T.O.P.S football. Brock, it strains credulity that Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet beyond this year. It has been a disaster, and as a source said, what new coach, what new GM will want to deal with it next year? And one last thing, Woody Johnson's going to lead this search. He hasn't hired for either job since 2015, so he's going to need some practice reps. The expectation in the building is that he will take a position in the Trump administration and not have his day-to-day duties begin until some point later in 2025, Brock.
It's the Jets, right? You blink and they're already looking for their 5th GM and not a lot of time. The issue for the quarterback position, of course, with Aaron Rodgers, right now, with any team that Aaron Rodgers is on, you don't establish your culture, you establish Aaron Rodgers' culture. So if I'm a GM and I can find some interviews elsewhere, maybe even next year, do I really want to go there if I don't know for sure that Aaron Rodgers is not either going to relinquish control to me, not going to happen, or not be there next year? And as far as the quarterback position, if Aaron Rodgers does move on, this is not a deep quarterback draft class. You have 1 or 2 guys that could contribute day one, so they need to find a GM, and that GM has a lot of work to do.
Whole lot of work to do. All right, check this out and check your doors. The NFL sent out a security memo to teams this week in the wake of the homes of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce being robbed. Apparently, there is a crime syndicate that has been targeting professional athletes' homes, mostly when they're playing on road games. Now, that crime group is reportedly out of South America. I got my hands on the memo that said that the groups they will monitor the NFL schedule and the social media activity of players. They'll use side doors, balconies, second-floor windows to gain access. They'll go into the main bedroom and look for high-end jewelry, watches, and cash. Now, the NFL told players to not say where they are in real time on social media. And don't post images of your accommodations, like your hotel, right? Install a security system and activate it when you leave the home, even for short periods of time. Reinforce everything. Check all the locks. They even said, Kyle, to keep the shrubs and bushes trimmed to reduce hiding spots for burglars. Kyle, obviously these athletes are targets.
Yeah, what a nightmare this is. And sometimes it's one of those things that you have to forget about when you're in the football season, that you've got maybe a wife and kids at home and a family that could be staying with you. And to your point there, they know our schedules.
Yeah.
It's no secret. I mean, the most important piece, I think, there is that players, families, kids, wives, they need to be extra cautious on social media, because you're just giving people more information to use at their disposal to be able to get what they want. And scary time. This isn't the first time we've dealt with break-ins in the National Football League. And it probably won't be the last time, unfortunately. But it's something that you have to, dot your I's, cross your T's as a player, make sure that you have a plan. And more often than not, the security personnel for the team can put you in contact with people to better service your house, to better prepare your domicile for protection. And I think guys should take advantage of that. And it's something I did as a player.
Yeah, to your point about social media, when you're posting from inside your living room and everyone can see, oh, there's a sliding glass door or something like that.
Or we're at dinner right now.
Right.
It's a 3-hour dinner. You got time to come by my house if you'd like.
Right. Just stop posting on social if you are a professional athlete. All right. The biggest in-season schedule change in NFL history just took place this week, Amy. The NFL, for the first time ever, flexed a Thursday night football game. So, in Week 16, instead of it being the regularly scheduled Browns at Bengals game, you will now see Broncos at Chargers. That's right. Denver and LA will play on December 19th instead of December 22nd. Now, in 2023, owners approved a measure that would allow for Thursday night flexing. They wanted to get good competitive games in those standalone primetime windows. And the bar to flex, it was always high, and the league had to make that call 28 days out. So, to move the Broncos and Chargers game, the league had to get the okay from the Broncos. And look, they've already played on the road on a Thursday, so Denver had to agree to the switch. Obviously, they did. I certainly have my thoughts on moving games to different days on Christmas week, Amy, but I think you have some thoughts as well.
I do, and my thoughts are not only to moving them to different days, but even adjusting the time of a day. And look, I understand there are important reasons for flexing. I was in the league owners' meetings when we discussed flexing, and I shared then what I will share with you right now. While flexing is an important business option for the league, it also can have a detriment on the fans. Fans who have made plans to attend games. They may have purchased tickets which are non-refundable, plane tickets non-refundable, hotel rooms non-refundable. They may not be able to stay for a night game if a day game is flexed tonight, or come on a different game if, as in this instance, the game is flexed to a different day. So I made a suggestion during those meetings, and I will make the suggestion now. Yes, flexing is important, but because it's to the detriment of the fans, the league should reimburse fans who can't use their non-refundable plane tickets, who can't use their non-refundable hotel rooms, or are unable to move their tickets on the secondary market. So yes, flex because it's important to the league, but take care of the fans who've spent money and may now not be able to go to the games.
That's a fantastic point, Amy. All right, so all your Week 12 fantasy needs, well, on their way. We actually did not flex out of Katie and Jeff when T.O.P.S returned.
And we never will.